Abracadabra. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna have to verify with my boo-boos to see if this is actually working. Abracadabra. All right. Well, let's see. Boo-boo, you can't make this stuff up. Mommy's about to get real activated. All right. So my babies are telling me they can see me. Thanks, Wanda. I don't know at what point I disappeared. I'm like a genie, boo-boo. Legit, my babies. This is what happens when there's a lot of energy around you. There's no reason. I know I keep complaining about the slow internet connection in Cyprus. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, boo-boo. And, any Susan, Dick, and Harry off the streets, like anybody can just go live with slow internet. This should not be happening. This should not be in it. None of this should be an issue. It's weird. But I mean, it's kind of funny. Like, it's morbidly funny at this point. So I don't know where we left off, but I was just, yeah. So, first of all, I was saying I saw some douche flute troll under the name of milkshake, something, something, saying that I keep hitting them up. That's, first of all, delusional. Second of all, harassment. And third of all, there is somebody in my life, in my autobiography, unpublished, but very much one day, um, who is related to like the idea of a milkshake. So I better not find that some creepy guy is still in my life, because I will cut that energy energetically straight away. And I'm not just going to ban people from the channel. I'm going to report them. And I'm going to report them to their wives, and everybody's going to know. So don't mess with me. But Bill, I'm a real nice, sweet person. Why am I so sweet? Because I have seen terrible things. I had a hard childhood and a hard effing life. Because this is a terrible world. And I'm sweet. I'm dumb, and they can say and do whatever they want. I just don't fight because it takes too much energy, babe. I'm a lover, not a fighter. But if I have to fight, that will be your last dance. Let me just say that. I'm not just saying it to make myself up. I hardly ever dance, but when I dance, you know how Scorpios go. I'm Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Pluto, and Scorpio. If you want to dance, it's going to be your last dance. Like, not you, my boo-boos that I love, but you know what I mean. Like the trolls, the creeps. And by the way, I love trolls. If somebody wants to troll me, no problem. Even making like borderline like spicy jokes is fine, because that's what this channel is all about. It's about humor. We're in that, vaudeville kind of, you know energy. We're in that kind of like, comedy, carry on, double entendre. That's totally fine. But as soon as I went live again, because I was having technical issues, I saw somebody with that name, milkshake, like saying crazy stuff. Absolutely not, because I can smell it. I can smell the sulfur. But Bill, this is our task in this life. We gotta be the light. We gotta be scrumptious. We gotta raise the energy of the world. But that doesn't mean we gotta just lay down on the ground and let the trolls walk all over us. All right, did I scare anybody yet? Spell him. I want to spell him. Yeah, well, I don't have to. They spell themselves. They can't spell. That's the problem. Um, Hi, Samantha. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. I know I didn't advertise the live. I can't believe everybody's here. Scorpio's in the house. And yeah, babe, listen, it's Valentine's Day. I was having the best day. This happens to me like in my life constantly, and I'm kind of used to it because it's like, the technical glitches. I'm just resigned to it. It's the misogynistic, naughty boopy glitches that I am so tired of this. I could tell you, I don't even want to get into it. But yeah, there will be, like, we don't do that. We don't do that anymore. And you can tell me, somebody wants to say in the comments, I'm ugly, I'm dumb, I'm whatever. Say it, boo. I don't care. Like, it's fun, like, it's social media. Of course, like, when you do social media, you know that's going to happen. But when a creepy guy starts saying creepy things, work her phone, she said, no. No, but Bill, the reason why there's technical glitches is because there's very powerful spirits around me. The spirits that support me, the spirits, because I work with them all the time. This is my daily bread and butter. Gluten free. There'll be no mess in here. Ah, thank you, Samantha. That's so sweet. So I was just saying, and I don't remember what I said now, but yeah. So there you go. This is your mommy's dark side. Boo-boos, like one more thing, when people do love and light magic, when they do like high vibration light work, starseed stuff, this, that, I am a fun person. That doesn't come from you think that came out of nothing? It came out of the fact that I saw how much suffering there is in the world, and I chose not to be like that. And that's the work of magic, of spirituality, whatever you believe in. You could be Christian, you could be Muslim, you could be a New Age baboo, you could be whatever, a Satan worshiper, I don't care. But we're still here to raise the vibration. Or I guess Satan is the opposite, but like expand it, like do something better, improve on the energy, improve on the world as we saw it. The world we saw, the world we encountered. Look at what's going on right now. And a lot of the girlies are activated. This is this is feminine rage. Don't be in a world full of Epsteins. Be a Pamela Anderson. I'm scaring people now. But it's true. Did it go? Did something happen? I'm blessed. All right. If I'm scaring, I need to scare people more. Um, but yeah, the love and light comes out of a deep understanding of darkness, and my magic doesn't come out of nothing. It's not like I sit here all day and talk to the which I do, and talk to the clouds and the birds and the bees. I do, but I encounter other types of energies. I work with those energies. I feel those energies in the collective. How do you think I do your tarot? How do you think I know the answers? It doesn't come out of nothing. Wildflowers. Hi. I know I've been on hiatus because a lot's been going on. I've been doing a lot of, um, well, I haven't been doing it, but life and people have been doing things. But I'm back, and I might be rebranding into like scary Blue Angel, scary Spice. Anyways, Pippis, I'm not mad at you. I am just saying. Um, these are very precarious times, and I have been saying that. Like before all this trash started happening, like before it became like obvious to I think pretty much everyone that the world is like going to trash, and we're all kind of like in a bit of a pickle. I could have told you all that 30 years ago when I was still in school, but no, nobody listens to somebody like me because I'm just a new, I'm just, what do I know? I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. But I think all witches did. So, Bippers, we got a band together. Sorry, I'm vaping. We got a band together. Bippu let me vape. I know it's not a good thing, and I do not advocate for that. But I got so many food allergies, and I love food, and I can't eat trashy food, so I resorted to vaping. Um, so yeah, gluten free, exactly. Gluten free vapes and gluten free bread and butter of the daily bread and butter of the spirits. Um, yeah, so I'm sorry, the vaping. I lost my train of thought. I got so triggered and activated. I've been sitting here for the past hour trying to do this live and somehow disappearing magically. But that's kind of part of my charm. It's part of my charm. I'm like a genie. I do work with the Jin and the Jan actually, so no wonder. Maybe they got a message for us. They live in there's the videos I do sometimes on my balcony. You can see that tower there. That's the old mosque here, and there's spirits live in there, and they've helped me a lot actually. And they're not kind of naturally like because it's like a mosque, so it's like part of an Abrahamic religion, and I'm obviously a witch and a pagan and a massive New Age poo poo. So I would never expect these spirits to want to talk to me or do anything with me. But these jinn, oh, they help. They help me so much. There's a few like bad apples in there, but there always are. But on the whole, they've been helping me out because I respect them. That's kind of how magic works. Thank you, babe. Fabulous. Linda. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the spirits do speak. They're present. What can I say? So yeah, I lost my train of thought. Mm, but the most important thing is don't vape. Don't do what I do. But just let me do this one thing because I have so many dietary limitations. There's so many things that I can't do. I'm just allergic to everything. I can't just like go out and party because I'm allergic to so many things, and I can't just like go out and eat Burger King because I'm allergic to that. So just let me vape, baby. Hector. Yeah, there's a spirit who lives in the house. Friend of the channel, Linda Menguada's Goodies, helped me give Hector a name. He's one of the old spirits here on this land in Cyprus. But yeah, before I lost my train of thought because I got activated Saturn style, This is a beautiful Valentine's Day energy, actually. And although I sound like, activated in a different way, um, trust me, it's just my Scorpio nature. It's coming out. Let it come out, and we're fine. You know what I mean? Um, so this Valentine's Day falls on Saturn's Day on Saturday. Saturday is called that because of Saturn, because it's Saturn's Day, the day of Saturn. Old Father Time, the god of karma, things you can't avoid but you thought you did. Old crimes, old karma, old sins, old things. Ancient stuff. Saturn is my father. He resides in my first house in my astrology. You can always check where Saturn is, but Saturn gives structure. And on this Valentine's Day, you might feel a lot of structure around it. You might feel like there's boundaries, but in a good way, because Saturn is ever present and he's transiting from Pisces, from illusion into action, Aries. So, Bibis, a lot of you might be meeting all kinds of new babies, all kinds of new people. You might be, getting out there, but with new types of boundaries, new requirements, and, like, um, I was going to say fresh perspective, but that's not really Saturn. Saturn is not a fresh perspective. Saturn is an ancient perspective. So it's like, this is about remembering who you are, remembering what love is, and remembering what kind of love you deserve. And also, probably, for us as humans on this planet that we have destroyed, um, it's us understanding and remembering the kind of love that we should be giving and we should be doing. And by the way, expect a lot of, listen, I'm not an astrologer. I just know Saturn because he said so profoundly in my first house. Saturn rules my life. And, it's true because I love ancient stuff. I was always closer to my grandparents and my parents. Like I'm just like into the old stuff, into the remembering, into the history. Um, but Saturn is a harsh teacher. Uh, and in the collective, it's time to remember who we are. It's time to remember how to love. It's time to remember how to take action. And yeah, so I'm not an astrologer, but there's gonna be stuff is gonna go down in the next 2 years. Trust. I mean, it's already happening, but it's gonna get crazier. But it's just a prediction. I don't know. Obviously, disclaimer, legal disclaimer. But yeah, stuff's gonna go down because people are like, see, I feel it. Like I've always been, like the kind of magic I do, the kind of like energies I feel. I feel stuff in the collective. I can usually predict the spirit of the time, the zeitgeist, what's going to happen now. Um, and I'm not like, again, I'm not an astrologer. I'm not, there's a lot of stuff I don't know how to do. I'm kind of clumsy and, whatever, stupid and a bimbo in other ways. But when it comes to understanding the big patterns, I'm pretty much never wrong. And most Scorpios aren't. So stuff is going to be going down. And I mean, it might be good, it might be bad, but it's stuff that's inevitable because it's Saturn and Aries. Old father, like think about it. Old father time is going into the possession um, of the ram, of the attacker, of the one who acts before they think. Old sins, old stories, stuff before time, stuff before recorded history, and stuff came out. And it's interesting, all this stuff with, Epstein came out just at the close of the year of the snake. We're still in the year of the snake until the 17th in Chinese astrology. Again, I'm not an ex. I don't know. I just, I'm a fan. That's all. I'm a tarot reader. I'm a necromancer. I work with the dark spirits. I work with the ancient spirits. I work with the spirits of time, with the spirits of space, with the spirits of the elements, the old forgotten gods. Oh my gosh, I sound like I'm doing Shakespeare now. All right, Pippas, forgive me, but babe, magic is real. I gotta tell you. Hello, Ireland. Irico! Ireland! Hi, Ireland. I love Irish people. Uh, what's that phrase? What's the crack? What's the crack? What's the crack? I mean, not the actual, like, you know what I mean. Okay, I'm just being silly now. But yeah, go there. Ireland all the way. Great spirits in Ireland. Very powerful and ancient. So yeah, babies. This Valentine's Day, manifest what it is structurally that you want to happen and how you want it to happen. And if you have a douche flu test, anyone in between already, put them to rights. What is your structure? Remember, in your knowing, your ancient knowing, your deep soul magic, who you are, how you live. What should love be? Outside of the trash propaganda and the BS and the rage bait all over the internet and like douche flutes, wherever people tell you, oh, you gotta be like this, you gotta be, don't get too attached to people, you gotta be independent, you can't, what do you feel love is? What do you feel responsibility is? Maybe you don't want love with structure and responsibility. Then tell yourself this and tell the people around you that's the kind of love I want. This is the foundation without responsibility. Or maybe you want love that is full of responsibility. Relationship with a capital R, your high vibrational soulmate, and say that. Establish that energetically. Oh, oh, because let me tell you, and in the New Age community as well, the spirituality community, there's a lot of crap that really annoys me about like, oh, you attract what you are, just manifest it. Maybe you're not believing it. No, boo, we live in literal end times. Like, look around you. Stop blaming people for the malfunction of a world full of broken people and full of inequality, racism, and misogyny. Don't be telling people they gotta manifest harder. They're manifesting well and good. Do better. Like as a society, not as the people. Alright. To be protecting the business. But it's true. Oh, manifest, the right person will come and you can't expect that much and all this crap. What is life for? What are you, amateurs? I'm such a Scorpio. See, the Scorpio just came out. What kind of amateur bullshit is that? Oh, well, you can't expect. If you want to find love, you gotta be, like, you gotta assume that person's never gonna be fully committed to you or they're gonna have other priorities. If you're gonna do something, do it right, Bill. If you're gonna do your job, what, you do a half-assed thing of your job? Sometimes you show up, sometimes you don't. No, same thing with love. Don't be such amateurs. Don't listen to the crappy advice out there. from paperweight, new agey, wannabe gurus who are like, oh, but we should do these we should do sessions where I just let my frustration out. Because I never do, babe. I never do. Because I don't want to waste my time on it. But even creating the content for my babies, for you, I just see so much random crap, the stupid crap that spiritual people say, and it's just so toxic and damaging. No offense, whatever people believe in, obviously, I respect that, but a lot, like, always ask yourself, boo, is it victim blaming? Is it telling you you're doing something wrong? Is it giving you another solution? Is it giving you another technique? Is it looking at the individual instead of the big picture? Oh, yeah, Michelle. At 7418. Yes, it is important. Use your discernment. You're magical babies. It's like, shall I name him? Let's talk about it. Deepak Chopra. I always hated the guts on this little. Again, I shouldn't be. See, like, I shouldn't be putting that. I never liked that little trashy little troll. I never liked him. Because he represents the kind of toxic new age BS that I grew up with and was gaslit by my abuser with. Isn't that funny? Deepak Chopra, like guru to the celebrities, the people who had enough money to pay their way out of guilt and just, oh, it's easy when you're Madonna to frickin' believe that that's just how it is and you attract what you are. That's so easy, isn't it? And now turns out that disgusting little troll with his greasy hands and greasy hair, he always gave me the heebie-jeebies. And I never, like, I just don't even, you know what? Like, Deepak Chopra, I never, even as a child, even as like a preteen, like a 12-year-old, ironically, I was reading his trash and I was like, this is trash. Like, what is he even talking about? Turns out, Epstein Island, I mean, what was that quote that he said in the email? God is a concept. Little girls are real. But Bill, always ask yourself when you hear, I don't care what anybody says, they got to download they got a direct connection to God, Satan, whatever. All right, the freaking aliens. What is the message about? Who does it serve? Who is speaking and in whose interest? Always think about that. Is this message, this spiritual message, about bigging people up and helping them up and propping them up? Does it build community? Or is it serving people in power to make them feel better and make it your fault? Like low key and high key. Oh my gosh, I'm on a roll, boo-boos. I'm sorry, I scared everybody. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Oh, Marie. Oh, mommy. Hi, baby. Yeah, mommy's angry. Mommy's activated today. It is Valentine's Day, so again, happy Valentine's Day to I'm your Valentine. I love you, baby. But I'm activated the state of the world and the state of the freaking stupidity of our spiritual community. Like, I say community because that's how I like to see it. Spiritual people, we're a community, we're worldwide, we're star seeds, light workers, call it what you freaking will. And who's following this story? And Deepak Chopra told Epstein in an email, oh yeah, God is a concept, but little girls, yeah, that's real. That's for real. I'm telling you, Saturn's going into Aries. Karma's coming in. And that's, what's concerning about this? It's not just because, like, we know, like, we know Bill's doing that. We know whatever, Elon is a wannabe. We know the Bill Clintons of the world are doing this. But someone like Deepak Chopra, also Noam Chomsky, and like, he's not in spirituality, and he can't speak of him for himself now because, like, he's kind of unable to, as far as I'm concerned. But no respect for that. I don't care. Noam Chomsky. And these are like icons of liberal thinking, leftist thinking, whatever. They were going to the island. Little girls are for now. God is a concept. And the same people will vilify someone like me and say, like, I'm an evil witch, or like, these nasty women, what do they think they're doing? Ugh. Nom, yeah. Yeah, Michelle, like, what the heck? But he was always kind of suspicious. Like, I always knew he was a bit of a misogynist. But it all came out. Like, Noam Chomsky, oh my gosh. Don't even get me started. This is not the right audience, probably. I don't want to bore you, my purpose with my political views, but my whole background is psychology and leftism, like community theory and trying to improve the world and, starseed shit, right? Noam Chomsky is like literally the icon of left thinking, especially in psychology. These people influence our thinking. These people influence our thinking, the people who went to the island on the left and on the right. But, at least it's, and who's not in there? Michael Jackson. All right. Now I'm getting like off the rails, but it's true. And I've been saying this as well for years and years and years. Nobody listens to me because I have my intuition. I have my angels. I have my spirits that tell me things. I know this. Michael Jackson is innocent. Why wasn't he there? Deepak Chopra, who, by the way, did swindle Michael Jackson and did use Michael Jackson and did try and like get in there with Michael Jackson many a time. He got in with everybody, just like Epstein. What a little trashy. And just think about it, Baboos. Deepak Chopra, he's been around for decades. A lot of the spirituality you consume, a lot of the stuff that you see on TikTok, these are things formed by embedded ways of talking about spirituality that would have, like, he's one of the big guys, like one of the big ones in the 20th century that constructed whatever beliefs people regurgitate on TikTok today. And YouTube, bimbos like me. Scorpio was awake. Anyway, they're all disgusting little trolls, and the magic is real because we're still here and we can see the truth. So always trust yourself, Bill, and never, ever, 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 especially with like, well, I can speak for tarot, right? You go somewhere to some dip flute, and they tell you, "Oh, I see bad things happening in your life. I think you need some help. Like, how can I?" Immediately no. Immediately no. That's what Deepak Chopra did. Like, not like in so many words, because it was more subtle, because he's, highly educated and a sophisticated manipulator. he got in with all the celebrities. Oh, let me give you your spirituality. But it's all, you know what I mean? So always vet people, whether you're doing whatever you're doing, work on your aura, work with the fairies, like whatever you're doing. If you're seeing someone for that, they start telling you you need extra help where there's like something really bad, run, run. Sometimes, in rare cases, that will happen because people will see something really bad, but it's never that bad, and it's that person should never say, "Oh, I have the solution." They should give you the option to shop around, get a second opinion. It's like, going to the doctor, getting a bad diagnosis. They need to let you have a second opinion. Anyway, what do you think with this? Who thinks Michael did it and who thinks he didn't do it? Because I know he didn't do it. But I guess we'll never find out until. But I think, like, in a weird way, like, finally, after all these years, he got vindicated. And I got no dog in this race, actually. I mean, I loved him as a kid, but that's. And as a child of abuse myself, I got a radar for this crap. Like, I got a rate, like, if you know, you know. That's not your man, but though. Oh, Michelle, yes, Michael saved Brittany. Maybe Michael can hear us. I feel like, especially with like big presences like this, I think they do become like almost like what people call egregores or archetypes. Like they become just like Valentine's Day is not a legit holiday, but it's become like a symbolic representation of something in the collective unconscious. So yeah, save Brittany. Poor Brittany. Again, same situation. And I remember when that documentary came out, and by the way, Oprah is the devil. I don't care if anybody comes for me. Oprah is the devil. Well, she wants to be the devil or whatever. Um, but like that was always the joke. Maybe I'm just so old that I like remember the old jokes, but like remember when Mad TV was doing sketches about Oprah being the actual devil and like employing what's his name, the fascistic bald guy who does the like shaming poor people thing, Dr. Phil. Um, Mad TV did mad crazy sketches on that. It was hilarious. Oh, Linda, don't get me started on Oprah. Yeah, she's phony, super phony, and definitely in the Epstein files. Like not in the same way as these other dip flutes, but she was circling. She didn't give a. She doesn't care. Anyway, the world is in a terrible state. We gotta be nice. We gotta be good. We gotta do the right thing, but Bill, we gotta have honor. I feel like, I really do often feel, and I think that's the thing about, like, that's what spirituality is for, to allow people to, be on these, like, in the energies of goodness. And that's why I get so triggered when I hear crap from people like victim blaming people saying, "Oh, you're poor because you're not manifesting right." No, but Bill, because the infrastructure is incorrect, and somebody was born into this privilege and they had no chance, just like Michael Jackson. Look at what they did to him and how they treated him. Like he couldn't win, and he had all the money in the world, babe, and all the love of the world. But yeah, anyway, but when it comes to magic and spirituality, always use discernment. Ask yourself, why is this person making that video? Why are they writing that book? What are they selling? What do they tell you in the session? Is it making you feel comfortable, or is it making you feel like you have so much work to do that you know? And also, newsflash, nobody knows the future. Not really. We see predictions are predictions. It's like predicting the weather. That's what I always say, because that's true. That is how tarot, literally how tarot was constructed, the modern tarot. By the boys who made it, they were kind of highly sus as well, in all kinds of creepy ways. But we don't have the emails because it was like the turn of the century, the turn of the 20th and 19th century. So we don't have the receipts, but I'm sure if we did, it would be disgusting. Yeah, Sarah, Q Sarah one, yes. Honor and morals. How rare is that to find? I honestly do feel like I'm just here from a different reality, like a different planet. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to, like, even say sometimes. Like, are you sure? It would be so easy, Boo. We got a beautiful planet. Look at the sea. I swim in the sea every day. Well, not now because it's winter time, but in the summer I swim in the sea. I talk to the birds, the bees, the freaking fish. Why do we need to, like, why are we even, like, why are people stressing about nothing? Like, why is anything an issue? We have a beautiful planet. We have the technology now. We have the robots. The robots. We have, like, we've made leaps and bounds. We got self-driving freaking cars. Can't we just, like, just relax? Just freaking relax. It stresses me out. Injustice in the world stresses me out so much. Oh yeah, Limassol. How's Limassol these days? I haven't been. You know what? I haven't been to Limassol in months, but I gotta make a little trip there. Yeah, because Limassol is like the bougie city. I'm like in the village, the small town, small like fisher town of Paphos, but Limassol is the bougie place. And the and the people are bougie. You can feel the energy change. Sarah can tell you. Um, every time I go to Limassol, I feel the energy change. Like the chef, like the people are different. They like walk around different. It's all like it's kind of like again more Saturnian structured, more like it's kind of like I don't know. It has a very old money feel to it, Limassol, for some reason for me, or maybe that's just what I'm picking up on. And Paphos, where I live, is more like it's for the clowns. Oh yeah, and Paya is great too. All right, boo boo. So I don't know what else to tell you. Just don't listen to. Listen, 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 listen. Listen. Listen to yourself. Listen to your heart. Listen to the knowledge you have. You were born with spiritual gifts and talents. Nobody's. I'm not special, boo boo. I just got activated for some reason. I don't know. Maybe like a toxic worm bit me when I was like 2 years old. For whatever reason, some of us are activated and some of us are meant to be walking this path in the way that I'm walking it through magic. We all have our path. And in the times we live in right now, that path can change. We have to be flexible. because it's about your values, it's about your morality. You cannot tell me, because I see that a lot as well. And I'm gonna call people. I'm gonna start calling people. I'm gonna be like accusing people. I'm gonna become like the hater. This is gonna be the hater channel. I'm gonna be exposing fake spiritual people. Do you know how many new agey wannabe new agey boo boos I know? They're all about the love and light. All about the love and light. But they abuse their partners. They're trashy to their kids. They participate in aggressive capitalism without any kind of doing your meditation at the freaking yoga studio in your designer freaking glamping freaking tent in a cute location is not the same as being enlightened. Being enlightened is when you have $5 and you give $1 of that to the kids that need it. That's enlightenment. You know, Jesus style. Like legit. I'm obviously not Christian, so I don't want to appropriate Christian stuff, but I was raised Christian. So Christianity kind of appropriated me. Actually, I was born Catholic. That's another whole like drama. Did you know, boo-boos, that if you're born Catholic, you can't? I'm still signed up. I'm still on the register of Catholic people. So, because you have to like petition the freaking bishop or something, you got to know where you were born, like, and which like I don't know. They want all kinds of trash stuff that I just can't. Nobody can provide it. So they keep you on the list. But see how manipulative an institution like that can be. The Catholic Church makes it very hard for people to unsign, because if you were baptized, you're in. Like, that's it. You're in the club and you're on the list. So when you see statistics and, like, you know, on the news, they say, oh, there are more Christians than ever. Investigate what that actually means. Is it like majority Catholics? They're being counted? Because a lot of these people got no clue that they're being counted, because the church lets go of nobody. I got my issues with these priests. I know many beautiful priests, by the way. And I don't mean that in a cute way, but also maybe. No, seriously, I had some amazing experiences with monks and, you know, the Jesuits and the Benedictines, and like there's a lot of Catholic orders and a lot of Catholicism that I adore, and a lot of great scholarship that comes out of it. But there's a lot of trashy BS. Use your discernment, Boo. uh, Leyland's mom? Leyland's mom. Yeah, well, they remember. They always remember. But then it's like, we got to stand up and be counted. We got to be counted. We got to be, you know, like, and again, I don't care if you're Catholic. I'm legally Catholic. You know, legally blonde, legally Catholic, illegally blonde, legally Catholic. But a sorceress nonetheless. So yeah, listen, there's a lot of BS out there. People talk trash all the time. And the most important thing is to be a good person. And that's, you know, if you're also like, if for anyone out there who's trying to hone their psychic gifts, because people ask me that a lot, or, you know, like, I mean, they ask, you know, everybody's asking that, right? How do I connect to the spirits? How do I connect to myself? How do I connect to the universe? Be a good freaking person. Start with that. And that's how I don't get effed up. Okay, little trashy things happen, like the screen didn't work and like the technology fails because the energies are strong. Um, Well, hear me. I'm just a nobody from from nowhere. I do a lot of magic. I work with the ancient lands. I don't get bothered by the big bad evil. I mean, I do, but they're specific, and that's like a personal thing. It's got nothing to do with my magical practice. If I go to a new place, some places are haunted. Some places, it doesn't have to be a building like a house. It can just be the land. I've felt and seen some evil in the spirit world, but they don't bother me because I respect them, because I keep myself clean. But if you don't respect other people, spirits don't, even evil spirits who want to cause trouble, they don't respect people who don't respect people. They don't respect people who are hypocrites. They don't respect liars. They might work with you for a little bit. Oh my gosh, I sound insane now. No, but it's true. They might work with you for a little bit, but that'll be it. And then Saturn is going to come right back in with his karma, and the Epstein files will come out. It's like the Epstein thing is like very much symbolic of people doing dark magic or trying to like invoke dark entities or doing like bad things. Um, because that always backfires. It's only a matter of time. It's like you're putting a timer on something, like on your own destruction. Because nothing that dark is going to grant you the thing that you want for free. No such thing as a free lunch. And that wasn't the case with Epstein either. It's like when you try and work with, for example, like, whatever people define. I don't particularly like believe in demons like in the Christian way, because again, I'm not a practicing Christian, even though I'm legally Catholic and blonde. But if you're like on purpose invoking and trying to work with the devil, you're basically working with Epstein. And what was Epstein actually doing? He wasn't trying to work with these people. He wasn't trying to have a fun time. He was gathering information so he could be in control. He was gathering dirt on people. You know, and I'm not like, I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, it's wrong to do baneful magic. You should never do gray magic. You should never like defend yourself with magic. No, you absolutely should. But if you're a bad person with a bunch of bad intentions and you call on a bunch of bad entities, it's like, I mean, it's an Epstein-ish show, basically. Like, that's what you're doing spiritually. And there's the timer on that. There's a spiritual timer on stuff like that. All right, my babies. Did I scare everyone now? Is everybody scared? But listen, Valentine's Day. This Valentine's Day, we take no ish, and we know what we want. Let's see what's coming. You want to do some? You want to do some tarot? Let's do it. Or we can just keep talking about the Catholic Church. No, I love the Catholics. Like I love everyone. That's the thing. I'm just, in a very scorpionic, basic way. You can love everyone and respect people and respect people's beliefs, but still have your own discernment and understand where you're placed in the system. Because, by the way, the Catholic Church, I'm about to say something offensive. let me say it. A man with a funny, like, of course I'm going to say it. A man in a dress with a funny hat, sitting on a mound of gold, is telling me whether I get to choose whether I have a baby or not. You know, like, and you know, men in dresses, funny hats, we love them. We love the divas. Obviously, everybody's welcome here. Like, you know what I mean. Not to mention all the scandals in the Catholic Church, Epstein style. Oh, I'm sure the word bishop and pope comes up in the files as well. Codependency. I don't like this. I don't like this card. I'm gonna get rid of it. All right, so this is the angel deck. This is an angel deck. This is by that girl who, like, she's famous. Oh, what's her name? Louise Hay. I love her, even though, like, again, interesting story. She like quit spirituality because she found Jesus, and then she like stopped producing these decks. But anyway, so this is the angel love oracle deck. So we got dependency for the codependency for the collective. But maybe that's what I've been talking about. Saturn. You know what is the structure? What is the structure that you're in when it comes to love? What kind of structure do you do you carry in yourself? Who can meet this kind of structure? Who do we let in? And look at this baby. This baby don't give nothing. You know, moisturized, living her best life. Who's let inside the structure, baby? Interdependent. Mm. Obsessed, yeah. But be, you know, so, and also be aware, if you got a boo boo right now, a douche flute, obsessed, you know, aren't they all? Is that what you want? Because it's one thing, you know, that's a message for the collective. It's one thing to have someone totally obsessed with you and thinking about you and kind of like, you know, almost like, you know, it's like poisonous gas. I got black, like, I'm just going to say, and this is like, no judgment on this house, but this is quite common in Cyprus because of the weather and the climate. Black mold grows in the wintertime because it's damp and then it gets colder. So, you know, one of my life hobbies is getting rid of the black mold on the ceiling. Um, that's kind of like black mold, you know, like toxic mold. Is that person who's obsessed with you? Is that person who's pursuing you? Is the person that you're thinking of? Is the person who's trying to reconcile? Is this person toxic mold in your house? Or is this person building a house with you, for you? Are they expanding the structure? Or are they, you know, like, is it like legit, like fungus growing in the walls? Is it in the walls? Is it in the pipes? Is it in the pipes? I had a plumber come in the other day. Every I can't help myself. It's kind of like whenever I talk about Uranus, I legit, like my whole life, I grew up around astrology. This should not be funny to me anymore, but I'm basically the mental age of a 6-year-old. So whenever I say Uranus, I'm like, Uranus. I can't, I don't know. It's just like, it's in my DNA. So, but yeah, the plumber came and obviously, like, hilarity ensued because, like, the jokes write themselves, right? Like, the plumber is coming. Because you know what happens in the spicy videos when the plumber comes, but this plumber is very respectful. And yeah, I got the best, like, uh, owner, like, for this apartment. Amazing people. They got everything fixed right away. All right. Anyway, so when it comes to love, make sure. I mean, is it Uranus or is it Uranus? Just that. We're gonna get demonetized. You're welcome, my babies. No, Linda's asking if he had the plumber, but no, he didn't, because he's a respectful, high quality gentleman who does the job properly in 5 minutes. So he just like got the job done and was gone. And he's a family man, I think. So but I think people get scared here sometimes as well, because like I know, like, it's a tiny studio, so like all my crap is out constantly, and it's just like the most random stuff. I mean, the aliens, like I think they like went like they think what kind of like satanic rituals happen here, but bless them. Just as well. Sometimes it's better if people are scared of you. Straw sacks. Oh my gosh, am I saying that right? From Finland. Happy Valentine's Day from Finland. Oh, speaking of the Nordic, my Nordic beautiful friends, that's like a whole other tirade I'm gonna go on. But Liz, by the way, thank you for letting me talk trash about the world and my life and spirituality. I needed to let it out. But yeah, the plumber came. The only people allowed in my house are the owner and the plumber. Helpful people. See, that's the thing. Don't let the freaking black mold in. Infestation. Infestation. So, in terms of codependency, do you need more support? Are the people, or is it like that there's a pattern in your life, my baby, my papa, where you didn't feel supported, or vice versa? What do you need? What do you give? And then, choose that, expect that. So, if you want like less dependency, then choose someone with less dependency. And I know it's not easy because you got to first meet them and manifest that situation into happening. By the way, manifesting isn't going to happen without doing it. So you got to be out there and do it, right? Or do you need more structure? And maybe you've been meeting people who don't give you the structure and they don't want the responsibilities because they're I'm not allowed to swear, because they're dipsicles, but they're trying to take from you, and then they grow into toxic mold in your house or their own house. Maybe you know what I mean. What kind of structure do you want? And don't hurry anything, by the way, because I know I'm activated today, but trust me, boo boo, it's because I carry the energy of Saturn in my entire body. Like, my body is Saturn. I have all the Saturn diseases. That's why I have so many conditions as well, and problems with my bones and stuff. Saturn rules all those things, and that's like a common thing in astrology. People freak out when they see Saturn in your first house of life, but I have that. Um, but yeah, so Saturn is today is Saturn's day, and this Valentine's Day, this transition into the year of the horse, the fire horse in Chinese astrology, is coming with Saturn's help. Um, Saturn doesn't hurry. He's taking action now because he's coming into Aries. He's in Aries right now, but he doesn't hurry. And if I'm activated today, it's because I've been sitting on a lot of stuff that I see and I let it go, in our new age community and life with the, you know, difficult of the life, the marsh boggle, the, the dipsticks. Anyways, but yeah, speaking of Finland, I'm gonna go on a second tirade, but I honestly don't want to, I don't offend anyone. But you know what I'm gonna say, but Boo, and I know it's not the same, and I don't want to be offensive. And by the way, I love Finland. Um, I've only been to Finland once, or maybe no, just once. But I love Finland. And you got great, Finland has amazing culture, amazing, an amazing theater and theater school tradition, interestingly enough. Not just Sweden, because people always think it might be Sweden because of um, 20. What's that guy's name? Oh my gosh, I forgot his name. He's like one of my favorite directors. Because of 20th century traditions in filmmaking and stuff, which is true, but um, Bergman. But Finland is actually an extremely interesting place. So very interesting, intelligent people. But yeah, you know what I was gonna say. The Winter Olympics and that Norwegian douche flute. But Bill, as soon as I saw that, I was like, narcissist. What a dipstick. But Bill. We gotta do this more often, but Bill. We just gotta sit and bitch about dipsticks. You know who I mean, the skiing guy or whatever they do in the Winter Olympics. I don't care because I don't really care about performative sports, and I definitely don't care about snow because I'm scared of it. But this dipstick, instead of just he got the bronze medal and he made it about himself. Oh, I made a mistake. I miss my girlfriend who clearly blocked you, so you have to tell the whole freaking world at the Olympics instead of just saying thank you for the bronze medal and stepping the F aside. You told this man tells the whole world that he cheated on her. Tell me you're a dipstick without telling me you're a dipstick. They should take his medal back. They should take it back. They should give it to her. How much is it worth? Do they get a cash thing as well? I think they do. Don't they? Anyway, that guy, as soon as I saw it, I didn't even understand the context. I just saw him so I knew he was competing, and what he was saying about his ex-girlfriend. I was like, you narcissistic little dipshit. All right, so let's do different signs, boo-boos. Let's do something fun because mommy's activated now about the Winter Olympics. Let's do, but we should do a live one day where we talk about that because that was disgusting. And that's everywhere. This is so normalized. And then you know what people are gonna tell her? You know what people are gonna tell this poor little girl? Little girl, maybe big girl, I don't know. We don't know who she is, right? She wants to be a freaking anonymous, but he wouldn't let her. People are gonna be like, oh, that's what this man thought would happen, by the way. And by the way, it wasn't about her. It wasn't about her. It was about the fact that he didn't get the gold. His colleague did from the Norwegian team, from what I understand. And he's a former gold medalist, this dipstick. So he got the bronze, and I guess he thought, oh, well, I'll just kill two birds with one stone. I'll just like, that's my excuse. Oh, I was so heartbroken. That's why I didn't get the gold medal. This other guy isn't better than me. And now, see what happened? Like, he stole the whole publicity. I'm talking about him. I don't even know the name of the actual gold medalist. And that person deserves the honor. So yeah, anyway, the Nordics, I love you all. And you got amazing athletes, amazing stuff going on. Although I did hear that the Norwegian team doesn't like let women in or something when it comes to skiing. I don't know. I'm so ignorant when it comes to sports. All right, so you want to do signs? Which signs should we do? Alex, my baby. Hi, Alex, my baby. Alex, you missed Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci made an appearance. Joe Pesci did a reveal. Joe Pesci, by the way, is like a bit of an inside joke. It's just like, you know, when my inner Scorpio comes out, it's like Joe Pesci came out. Oh, Alex, Joe Pesci was out. Joe Pesci is out. All right, but you know what? Let's start with Taurus. Then we'll do Cancer. And oh, nothing happened. It's just like the video wasn't working. The spirits were interfering. And then some dip flute tried to say something nasty and pervy to me. And I suspect I know who it was. And I just got activated and started talking about politics. But it's okay. We're vibing. It's therapeutic. It's the alien triggering. The alien is also triggering. All right, my boo-boos. Let's do Taurus, and then we'll do Cancer, and then we'll do Gemini. What's up? All right, my boo-boos. So, Taurus, what's up? I'm not, you know what? I don't like this card. We don't want to repeat. We're going to freaking keep that out. I forgot to put it back in the deck, but... Oh! Trust, but that's very Taurian. Trust. So, all right. So here's your general energy. So this is for Valentine's Day. This is for love. This is for the transition into Saturn, and also the new era of the fire horse on the 17th, and also the eclipse, because we got an eclipse coming up. We're in eclipse season, boo-boo. It's all going down. Trust. All right, my baby. Who do you trust? What do you trust? Taurus, be careful. Be careful. Because this card, and it's very Valentine's Day, isn't it? I like this image. Here's Cupid, right? Because that's like the whole joke of Cupid. You know, he does the bow and arrow, and he gets ya when you least expect it. But there are two people in the picture, and one of them is holding a dagger. And this is the question in the picture. They're not pointing it at the back of the other person yet. But it's kind of like, do you trust this person? Who do you trust? What's up? All right, so let's see. Please show me angels of love. What's up for Taurus? Alex, careful what you wish for. All right, my babies, for Taurus. Taurus, if you're single right now, it's a good thing. It might feel lonely. You might feel This is about trust, Taurus. This is about trust. This is about foundation. And you understand foundation because that's Taurus Energy 101. Foundation. The ground. The Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you feel single. Even if you don't feel single, you might... Okay. there is someone around you, the King of Pentacles, King, Queen, anyone in between. Is somebody around you? Do you trust them? If it's somebody new, don't trust them too fast. It might be another Taurus or someone who seems grounded, but are they? Let life verify the situation. Let Saturn, the Lord of structure, the Lord of harsh lessons, verify this dip flute. The Nine of Pentacles. You are actually single for all intents and purposes. If you're not, does it feel like you're single? Is the person like not around a lot? Because I don't like, if that's the case, then I don't like this card for you. I'm sorry to say, but remember, it's just a collective reading. So, it's just like questions to ask yourself, Or, even if they're not doing anything behind your back, if there's somebody in your life, it's kind of like, yeah, but, I have my structure, I have my life, I feel single. So where's my person, babe? Taurus needs stuff to share with people. Taurus, you know how you go. People think Taurus is kind of like unmovable sometimes. They don't understand this energy. Taurus needs the sharing. Taurus is all about love and care. The dove heart of the Taurus. The Hermit, I think you've been feeling alone for a long time, Taurus, my baby. Look, and there's a snake. But you got protection. And the Hermit, the wise one. This, by the way, in this card, is encoded with the energy of Saturn. Father Time, the old wise man, that's Saturn. It's been a while, but the new era is bringing you new things. You got the sun coming in. See, from the darkness into the light, things are gonna improve. But you gotta ask yourself and verify, who do you trust, and don't be afraid to delete people from the database. The King of Pentacles, look, the Bull, that's you. By your birthday this year, you're gonna know who you can trust. And I do see new love. I see like whole new era. And you, like, if you've been single for a long time, do not let go of your standards. Don't let go of your standards. The right person is coming. But just like Saturn energy, Taurus is like not slow. I don't even like that characterization for Taurus, but it's like, I guess it is slow, like in the sense of like Saturn, which is my energy too, but Bill, don't worry. So it's like things take time. If there was someone who betrayed your trust, delete from database. A better person is coming. By the time you celebrate your birthday, I feel like a new person's coming. This summer is going to be a totally different summer. Joe. It's all right, Joe. Everybody say bye to Joe. He's got to go do family stuff. But Joe's one of the patron saints of the channel. Thank you, Joe, sweetheart. All right. So, Taurus, great things are coming. Don't feel alone. You're not alone. You're in discernment. It is so much better. You're not, look, and you're never walking alone. You're walking with the spirits. The black dog, that is the dog of Hecate, my mother, my spiritual mother. Hecate, the mother of darkness and the mother of light, both. The mother of the crossroads, the old goddess, the darkness, the silence, the mediator, the one who takes care of those who are lost. We need her now more than ever. You are never alone with Boo. It feels like that. But look, the stars are around you. You're blessed. The spirits can see you, Taurus. It feels like such a long time and like such a long process. But that's good. Let it germinate because that's your energy. So when the right person comes, it's going to be perfect. Just ask yourself, it's this card that's bothering me. This, like this dagger. It's like the dagger's not pointed at you yet. But it's kind of like, well, what's the moment after in this card? If you could imagine it as a movie, what happens after? But remember, it's a collective read, so you're fine. And if you met somebody new, that's great. Just vet them, see where it goes. Are they giving you the heebie jeebies, or are they making you feel very grounded and sweet? And then you can give them a chance. You're protected, Taurus. All right. Michelle, yes, Hecate. Hecate. This channel is all about I am Hecate. Hecate is me. Hecate. Boo-boo. This is why the technology never works. Like there's a lot of there's a lot of spurs here. And like I say, it's a tiny apartment. But then, they need to start paying rent. Then we'll upgrade because I can't afford to keep us all in a luxury villa. But we'll manifest it this year, won't we, my puppies? Boo-boos, do you want me to say something controversial? Because I'm about to say something, and I don't want to, it's another can of worms. I'm about to say something, see something, say something. But I don't want to alienate, because I'm grateful for everyone who comes to the lives because I haven't been posting for a long time. All right, Joe Pesci's out. He's out. It's out. You know what? I would have let it go if it was just one little comment in the live, but it's like now it's just like about you. Now I'm gonna. All right. Biz, I am so freaking tired of misogynistic little dip flippy flip flop. Babe, too pushy. Before we get to Cancer and Gemini, let me just say this. We have a gentleman in the live today who, and again, I'm grateful for my audience, and I'm not here to shame somebody, but no. Oh, no. The audacity, the entitlement. Let me tell you what happened. One man and his cow. You keep commenting in the live. You keep commenting. You still don't get how upsetting what you did was. I don't know this man. We never met. You come to the lives, which I love. We have a parasocial relationship. He's not a client. You're not a freaking client. I never saw you face to face. One day, a few weeks ago, this man knocks on my door, came to Cyprus from the UK, and said he figured out my address and where I live based on the freaking view from my videos. And it's so interesting because I'm such a witch. And no, I don't want to hear your excuses, one man and his cow, because this is just complete, And look at his comments now. Look what he's saying. Oh, I didn't know. I just wanted to give somebody a hug. I don't want a freaking hug from you, from a strange man I never freaking met. How dare you? It was 9 o'clock at night. This man knocks on my door. He rented an Airbnb downstairs from me. Found me in Cyprus. And then try to gaslight me and say, oh, well, I didn't know. I can tell you the whole story because that's not even like the long and short of it. Again, we don't have a relationship. We have a parasocial relationship, and it's different because I have friends around the world, and I got you boo-boos, and those, like Joe, Alex, Linda, like everybody here. You know what I'm talking about. Somebody that like my babies, I've known you for years. I've seen you on Zoom, or if you're a girl, like if you say, oh, I'm coming to Cyprus, do you want to meet up? That is one thing. This man rented an Airbnb right beneath me. These are old apartments. You can hear everything I say. Everything I have is in this apartment. I am in mourning for my father. My father died 3 months ago. I open the door, no makeup, no filter, no fucking nothing, pajamas. And this man's just standing there saying, yeah, oh, Oh, and by the way, one man and his cow, I don't give a flying shit flip what your freaking excuse is. This is freaking harassment. And then he tried to gaslight me and tell me that he didn't know that it was a coincidence. Out of all the Airbnbs and all the hotels in Paphos, freaking Cyprus. Bull crap. And, all right, you want to get into it? You freaking, not only did you freaking perjure yourself, you try to commit a crime. You committed 2 crimes, one man and his cow. He knocked on my door, 9 p.m., and he says, oh, excuse me, I don't know where to take out the trash. And by the way, everyone on this channel, everyone who watches my videos knows that I have problems in Cyprus with the stalking. And by the way, my people, I forgot what your handle is. The girlie who lives in Limassol. That is becoming a big social problem in Cyprus. The audacity of men who follow women on the street. People gaslit me about it before. They said, oh, no, it's safe here. No, it's not. I can't freaking leave my house without some squiddly, glued up little piece of trash trying to freaking do something. I've had problems with stalkers before. Massive, major problems. I opened my door. There's a man standing. He kind of looked familiar. I wasn't sure. Or like something about it just didn't make sense. By the way, I'd never seen this man before. He sent me an email a couple of weeks before saying, oh, and yeah, I get it. But see, this is like, no, like, let's freaking get into it. One man and his cow. You knocked on my door and you said, oh, excuse me, I don't, he didn't tell me who the frick he was. I don't hear your shitty excuses. Shut the fuck up, one man and his cow. You're still freaking posting comments. There's no fucking excuse. That's freaking misogynistic, disgusting audacity. He knocks on my door. Finds me in Cyprus, in my building. Downstairs from me. And he doesn't introduce himself. He says, oh, under false pretenses, he says, oh, excuse me. I was just wondering where you take out the trash here because it's confusing for me. I'm just a little bimbo. Fuck you. And yeah, I know that you know where I live. And yeah, I was nice to you when I opened the door because I was freaking terrified. Surprised and shocked. You have no... And even, it doesn't freaking matter. But that's not the end of the story. Even that I could understand. And then, of course, like any pervy, disgusting little dip flip guy, incel from the fucking backdrop of Reddit, he says, oh, actually, I'm one man and his cow, like you know me from the internet. And then he says, do I get a hug? And then, of course, the hug was a little bit longer than it should have been. But what am I going to do? He knows I'm here by myself. Why does he know that? Because he follows me from the fucking UK, from fucking England. What in the name of fucking former Prince Andrew bullshit is this? And yeah, Joe Pesci is out. Everybody already knows this man knows where I live because he found out. He knew the number on my door. Nobody knows. Nobody knows my address. It's not published. How did he know which door to knock upon? It's not the first time a stalker knocked on my door like that. Not the first time somebody tried to get in. And then guess what? His plan didn't work. I just said, oh, okay, whatever. You know, you gotta play dumb because it's easier to play dumb than to confront a fucking maniac. And then what? I'm gonna spend the whole night at the police station? I was literally, when he knocked on the door, I was in my bed and I was crying about my dad because my daddy died. And I told you that one man in his cow, and shut the fuck up, one man in his cow. Everybody else can speak, but not that little dipshit. Because you saw my vulnerability, because I share stuff about myself online, because I'm always nice and love and light. And you thought, oh, she's love and light, she's naive, she'll be okay. Oh, do I get a hug? Do I get another hug? No, you freaking don't, bro. Like, who fucking does that? And even if it was like, oh, by chance I came to be in Cyprus, that's not how you do it. That's not how you don't freaking rent an Airbnb underneath me so that he could. The way this building works, my balcony is right above his, where he was living. He stayed there for 2 weeks. Every day, I wasn't sure what would freaking happen. Thank you. Didn't that activate all my freaking autoimmune diseases? Like the psoriasis sure flared the heck up. That's not how you do it. If you're interested in me, if you're interested in having a relationship with me, friendship, relationship, whatever the heck, as a man or a man presenting little dip flip, book a reading, book a Zoom reading. You knew how to get on the freaking plane and find my address and under false pretenses try and talk to me in my building at 9 p.m. in my apartment. And guess what, everybody? Guess what the dip flip did after? And this isn't just him. I am just fed up. The entitlement. Oh, and now like, look at the comments. The feeling sorry for yourself. Stupid shit. That's exactly what that Norwegian athlete did. Oh, I made a mistake. I cheated on. No, you knew what you were doing. You got a freaking ticket. You came to a different freaking country, bro. You're not even in the European Union anymore. You're not in freaking Europe. He crossed continents and political boundaries to be here. And then you try to gaslight me and gave me more problems. Because guess what? The owner of that Airbnb hates my guts. And then I had to deal with her. And I had to freaking tell her. Because I don't know. I don't know who the frick you are. Liability in every way. And guess what, everybody? That was 9 p.m. I was like, okay, maybe we can meet up, whatever. Then I was like, maybe as usual, because I'm stupid. Because I'm so nice, everybody thinks I'm dumb. And yeah, by the way, only reason I didn't call the cops. It's because I have better things to do. But I will not. Did you know that one man in this cow? That I have. You're not my first stalker. Get in the freaking line. I got people breaking in here doing all kinds of crazy shit. I got the police on speed dial here. There was a scandal in this town. Cops were looking for me all over town. The entire police force of Paphos was looking for me because it was a crazy guy that did this kind of trashy shit that you just did. One man in this cow. One man in. I don't even know his last name. This man comes and invades my freaking space. This woman, little girl living by herself in the world, he knows I got no family. He knows my father just died. And I told him that, my daddy just died. I don't know if I'm very social right now. And he said, yeah, I know. That's why I came here. Let me translate for you from narcissistic fucking audacity of stupid men. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm swearing so much it doesn't matter. We'll get demonetized, but we got to get the message out. Let me translate. It means, yeah, I know. I saw from your social media how vulnerable you are, and I know for a fact that you're alone. You know what, one man in his cow? Yeah, I'm alone. That means no witnesses. He thought I'd invite him in. He didn't get what he wanted. I did a polite, cordial greeting. I gave him 2 hugs because the creepy guy vibe was there, but he's a nice guy, isn't he? All I wanted to do was to come to another country, find where you live, even though that's not available information, invade your privacy, make you feel uncomfortable, and just give you a hug. You know what? When I feel sorry for somebody or I feel bad for them, you know what I do? You know what girls do? Girls, tell me in the comments. Tell them. You know what girls do? They send each other flowers and they send each other money. They don't send themselves for a creepy hug. And now he's in the comments like talking like nothing happened, like, oh, well, I just didn't know. I guess now I learned. This is not your lesson. This is not your school. I am not your school teacher. I am not your lesson. You should know better. How old are you? Don't answer. Shut the fuck up. Don't answer. Don't speak. He's like my age. Older, younger. Who the fuck knows? Graduated elementary school. And now I'm shouting, and now I'll get freaking noise complaints from my fucking neighbor because I was talking at night because it's like 12 at night. Okay, not the end of the story. Then 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, there's a knock on the door. It's one man and his cow again. I'm like, what? And he gives me some bullshit story about getting robbed. He says, oh, I don't know what happened. I got robbed. They took my keys. They took my passport. They took my money. I don't have anything. What should I do? And I'm like, bro, I don't know, but I'm a single woman living in my apartment by myself. You dip flip. And I ain't letting you in. I didn't say that. I was nice. Still have to play dumb. Are you that stupid, one man and his cow? Like, is the character so convincing to you that like any woman who likes spirituality and is about love and light, that we don't have eyes and brains? Do women have brains? I know how abusers work. I grew up around abusers. Saturn energy, double Scorpio. What the heck do you think? Please. You should be my mother. Wouldn't last a second. Don't ever think you can fuck with me. Next morning, he claimed he got robbed, knocked on my door like 5 times. I kept saying, okay, I'll send a message to the landlord. Maybe they can help you. He was hoping I'd invite him in. Because he was like, they took my phone, they took my keys, they took everything. I can't get inside my apartment. And then he did the usual nice guy, like victim thing. He was like, well, I guess I'll just have to sleep outside my door downstairs. I was like, yeah, I guess you will. And this is, listen, anybody can make a miscalculation. Anybody can make a miscalculation. But this is not a miscalculation. This is different. That's not a miscalculation. That is a calculation. Bitch, you and I, oh my gosh, I can't. I'm like, Betty Davis. Betty's out. Listen to me, bitch, one man in his cow. And listen to me, all you bitch men out there. You would not be here knocking on my door at 7 o'clock in the morning claiming to have been wrong. It was a cock and bull story anyway. And even if it were true, it's not my freaking problem. Oh, and then, I'm sorry, I haven't finished the most important thing. He tried to get me involved in a crime. Then he said, oh, well, I can get inside my Airbnb downstairs, but can I go inside? He was like, I don't suppose I can come inside your apartment and go through your balcony, like literally like climb over my balcony into his balcony, which is a trauma for me because my past stalker used to climb the balcony constantly. What you want to do breaking and entering into somebody else's Airbnb property through my apartment? And bear in mind, at that time, I had no clue if he was who he said he was. I still don't know who the heck he is. But I can find out one man in his house. Don't mess with me. I didn't know if he was really renting that Airbnb or if it was some kind of a scam, if he was trying to scam me. Oh, I got robbed. Can I come in and then what, steal my shit? Or like grape me? He literally said, can I come inside your apartment so I can break into the other apartment? This is a rando guy who felt entitled to a woman's time and energy and her mourning for her dad. And by the way, I'm not saying don't come to Cyprus, but if you want to come to Cyprus, you want to come to Paphos, you want to say hi, anytime. But not move in here and freaking be a weird guy and you know what I mean? And guaranteed one man in his cow and all you other dip flips, you would not be at my door if you knew that there was a man here. Well, I'm better than a man. And I'm way more vindictive. You want me to go to your mommy's house, one man in his cow? You want me? How would that feel? You got kids? You got I don't know what you got. Sister's house? You want me to show up there with a strange man? Fuck that shit. Applause. You can tip me, boo-boos. Joe's back. He was listening on the drive. I am sick and tired of entitled dipshit men. Who the heck do you think you are? And if you really were concerned about me and the fact that I lost my daddy and the fact that I'm not well because of my health and everything, why don't you just say, and you somehow creepily figured out where I freaking live, which you shouldn't have done. Why not send me some flowers and chocolates? Send me $1,000. Send me a diamond. You give me freaking psoriasis instead. And another problem. And now another probably noise complaint from the nosy neighbors. It's because I'm so nice. And it's not just me. This is literally everyone who exists in the world. I have been so lucky, boo-boos. I have been so lucky. I knew my good luck string would end. String. I lived all over the world. I was just so lucky. For some reason, I always function in these places. There's always creepy guys and perverts, but I know Like, it's not like I'm dumb and I don't know how to freaking. It's like, listen, one man in his cow, and listen to all you potential abusers and stalkers and dipshits. You think these girls, you think they don't know what's going. How do you think I freaking survived in the world this entire time by myself? I will eat you for breakfast. Not even that, because I'm gluten free and also vegetarian, and I don't eat scum. And I don't care what you say your intentions were. I don't care about the nice guy shit. That's not nice guy shit. That's incel shit. And that's lies, false pretenses. Oh my gosh, thank you, Michelle Writer. Oh, that's so sweet. $10. Thank you. Thank you. You see one man and his cow? That's how you deal with girls. But see, this is like that disgusting male entitlement. No, he made it about himself. Oh, I came to Cyprus. I found where you live, and I installed myself right beneath you. No boundaries, no nothing. I have a history with people like you. That's my entire freaking family. I grew up like that, and I've been battling this since I came to Cyprus as well. And my toxic family have been coming here too, crossing boundaries exactly in the same way. You want to go? Because Saturn's in Aries. Oh, I didn't know. I just wanted to give a person a hug because you are delusional. Do you know how many dumb men I meet in my life? This has been decades of this. Okay, I'm hot now. Let me take this off. Oh, thank you. I heated up. I had decades of this. Dumb shit men that I meet in my life. Different countries, different cultures, same stupid. This one guy came up to me at the beach the other day, and he was all like the usual, you know, like nice guy, pervy, bizarre energy. And he's like, "What, you do tarot?" Because they can see me doing videos or whatever. "Oh, you do tarot? You look like you're a very spiritual person. I imagine you living in this boho house. Like, I bet your house is very boho. What, you want to see the inside of my house? Why you know what I'm like, why do you need to imagine what my house looks like? You just saw me at the beach a second ago." When girls see me recording, and then he gave me his, you know, the usual, his Instagram, his number, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, and that's code for abusive men when they say, "Oh, you look so boho, you look so new agey." What they mean is, you look dumb. You look like you're going to be happy with nothing. I don't even have to take you out because you probably don't believe in material possessions. And you probably just, you know, you're into like whatever, tantric spicy time. That's your delusional visions, man. Like, I don't know what bullshit book of freaking whatever his name was, the Tates and the, you know, like what, you know, the dip flips. Just because we're beautiful and amazing doesn't mean we're dumb. Oh, Alex, thank you so much for Cove Juice. Oh, Alex, thank you. Thank you for the $14. Thank you. Girls, boys, anyone in between. Do I know? I'm the first person to say there are great men out there. Yes, it's true. I know them. They're my friends. They're my former colleagues. They're my teachers. But then there's that shit. Nobody's that dumb and stupid. No, you thought I was, one man in his cow, you thought I was that dumb and stupid. I deal with idiots like this every single day. Every time I go to the beach, I legit, oh gosh. That's all I do. Go to the beach, look at the sea. I've been keeping to myself. I don't go out. I was scared to go out. I was scared to leave my house for 2 weeks while that dipshit was here. Because it was uncomfortable. You know that. Linda knows that. Alex knows that. I didn't want to take out the trash. And especially in a place like Cyprus, in Paphos, like, people see me, they see me an unattended woman, misogynistic culture or whatever. People like, and I don't mind, like, I like being friendly, and I made many friends like that in all kinds of different countries, boys, girls, anyone in between, it doesn't matter, right? And I know I'm doing something different, so people ask, but when the energy is about something else. I deal with pervs every day. Do you know how many times some dip flip came out from behind the rocks and showed me his pee-pee in the middle of the daytime because I was sitting by myself at the beach? One man and his cow. You know why people like you do shit like that? Because they think they're going to intimidate me. They want to see a reaction. And you know what I do when they do that? Because they see this. This is what they see. And then they show me their pee-pee, or they try and intimidate me, or they're like, hey, you want to get a drink? You want beer? You want this? Like, go somewhere. You're here alone? Do you live alone? Crazy eyes. You know what I do? I give them bigger crazy eyes. I start shouting. I say, get off of my beach. And you know what they do? They run up the rock and run away. Because if I start running away, I'm leaving all my equipment, I'm leaving all my stuff and making myself even more vulnerable, putting my back to a freaking liability. In Argentina, in gangland in Argentina one night, I was coming home. It was 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. But it's normal there because, like, people have, like, a very vibrant nightlife. So, like, everyone's out at crazy hours. So I was walking home, and this guy started being weird. He was walking my way, then he started, like, talk. But I could tell, like, it wasn't friendly. Because usually the guys in Argentina are actually quite nice. Like, even though they're kind of misogynistic sometimes, machismo, they're actually very respectful. So if you say no, there's usually no violence. But this guy, I could tell, like, there was something different about him. There was me, a dumbass, walking down the street. And I don't know, it's ingrained in me. One man and his cow, listen to me, you and your kind. I was born with that. It's in my DNA. Something in me, the spirits in me just said, act crazy. And I did. I started shouting at the guy. I started acting crazy, make yourself big, like a freaking, like a, what's that reptile that's like a dragon-esque that just goes, I did that. And you know what the guy did? He literally, this was like a potential rapist. Like, he was trying to commit a crime. He was trying to do something. You know what I mean? And when I did my dragon thing, the guy just went, oh, I'm so sorry. And he bowed like this, bowed in front of me. And you know what he did without me doing anything? He crossed the street, went the other way, and ran away. And I just walked the heck home. Yeah, a woman traveling alone in the world. But you know what's worse? You know what's even worse? You know what's even more depressing? Is that statistically, I'm safer out there on the streets with these crazies than I am having a man in the house, because that's probably the thing that's going to unalive me, statistically. If it's not the psoriasis from the smell of that. All right, babies. Us magical pippis, we have to raise the vibration and spread the light, but it doesn't mean that it's some kind of a cheap OnlyFans for free fantasy for any Tom, Dick, and Harry from fucking backass of nothing to use and abuse the energy of the goddess. How dare you? How dare you try and enter the house of the spirits? Because you saw, the life didn't even work. Why? Because mommy's upset. And Saturn is about, and the spirits are strong. I don't make this stuff up. There's literally no reason. Ask Linda. I got so frustrated. Linda knows. The magic is real. Doesn't come from nothing but that. And it's not for your comfort and entertainment as a man. It's to help you. Thanks, everybody, by the way. Thank you for listening to my tirade. Oh, no, I'm good, Joe. Joe, you don't want to be next. Because you're accepted into the fold, but you don't want to be next, Joe. Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. Dipshit, fucking pervert is the problem. Not me, boo. But see how that flips? See how the gaslight, and I'm not saying Joe meant it, but you know what I mean? Like, and I'm just kidding, Joe, because I know you're one of the good ones, but see how that flips? See how the men, like, somehow, like, almost energetically, the men are like, oh, are you good, boo? Are you do you need to calm down? Do you, the fucking one man and his cow calm down before he booked himself a ticket to my fucking house? I'm just showing you what it is. That's the reaction. Boo-boos. Anyway, Joe, bless you. I don't want to scare you, Joe. But see how it goes? Girlies, you know how it is. Or if you're in your feminine energy, anyone in between you have to be a girl. You know what I'm talking about. I'm losing my voice. Linda. Joe, you don't want to be on any woman's shit list. No, you won't be. You're protected. Joe, by the way, girlies, Joe is like an honor, he's like honorary accepted into the cool club. But you know what? All you other dip flips, it's because Joe knows how to behave himself. Dip flips. All right. Common sense. And men need to know their place. Because and as well, like, I'm sorry. If you claim ignorance, oh, I didn't know, I just wanted to give you a hug, that's why I showed up at your doorstep. Or the freaking Norwegian Olympian is that dumb that he didn't know what he did was narcissistic, freaking psychopathic bullshit. All right, then that means there's something wrong with the men, and they're just not keeping up with evolution. Like, if that's true, if one man and his cow didn't know that what he did was inappropriate, and if the Norwegian athlete didn't understand what he was doing was inappropriate, and clearly, like, outing himself as a narcissistic, freaking abusive little trashy dip flip, I mean, it's one or the other. Either you're a narcissistic, entitled little dip flip, or you're an idiot. But, like, to the point where it's clinical. And we need to look into whether we need to continue the human race. Sick and tired of these, like, silly. We're going backwards. I see those trends. See, because that's what I mean about my Saturn energy and stuff like that, and how I read the magic. I see the global trends, and I see the trends on social media. There was a major backlash in the past 5 or 6 years against women. Don't think that's gonna ride, and don't ever think, like, imagine some guy thinking he can do something to me when I'm protected by Medusa, by Hecate herself. And they tried, and I almost many times I almost got unalived in the process. That's true. And pick me women as well. Don't get me started on that. All right, let me not get started. All right, my babies. Let's do Cancer. Are we having fun yet? All right, so let's do Cancer. Girls, stand your ground. Also, men, everybody stand your freaking ground. Trust in your magic. That's what I've been saying for years. Everybody wants to come to Barbie's hot house, but who helps out in Barbie's house? Huh? The girlies. Girlies sent me super chats just now. You want to be in Barbie's house based on what? Yeah, a Ken is just a Ken. Ooh, attraction, Cancer. You got new love. Ooh, love is in the air. If it's not new, it's gonna be new. Smell the roses. Look at that. All right, never mind the flips. Somebody's closer than you think. Somebody's closer than you think, Cancer. Muppet. Joe, if we ever hang, yeah, one day we will, babe. I just, I gotta make more money, and then we'll hang out. Imagine that, like. Oh, but I just never stopped talking. But that's why this profession suits me, because I like to talk. But sometimes I just don't feel like it. Sometimes you just need time. Like sometimes you just need the like be in your pain, and that's what happened to me with my dad, because that was extremely traumatic. And then some dip flip thinks that it's his place to give me a hug based on that. And by the way, it's true. I am manifesting my high vibrational soulmate. Yes, I want to find my soulmate, the right person for me. I don't think my soulmate would try and come inside my apartment under false pretenses at 7 o'clock in the morning, claiming that he got robbed when it wasn't true, and try and commit armed robbery or whatever it was. So it's not like, you know what I mean? Because then, like, that's the toxic culture, and then people are gonna be like, oh, but you should. Well, maybe he didn't know. Like, what is he, 5 years old? A 5-year-old would know. I know 5-year-old little freaking kids who know. I know cockroaches who know, actually. I know that you know. So yeah, of course I'm manifesting my man. And actually, I know for a fact that the only way that I'll meet my high vibrational soulmate is through communication, and through, things like this channel and other channels of communication. Because, it doesn't look like it's a local person. But not like that, Boo. Not like that. Self-elimination from the database. And I don't know if like his like intent was romantic or not. Or, like, you know how these like men behave after. They're like, oh, don't think you're so special that I came here to stalk you because you're so beautiful. Yeah, then why did you find where I live and moved in to my house? Yeah, I guess you just wanted to give me a friendly hug. Please. All right, Cancer. So you got love in the air, smelling the roses. That is Aphrodite energy too. Aphrodite, the goddess, she's connected to roses. There's beautiful roses here, actually. Okay, so you're on the way. More Taurus energy, interestingly enough. Knight of Pentacles. You're on the way. Slow and steady wins the race. The Knight of Pentacles. It's been, again, Cancer. Cancer, I think you're single, but if you have a person in your life, I feel like there's going to be another another choice. So you got the Ace of Pentacles in the past and the Scarab. So you've been working through karma. You've been working through old stuff. It's time to let go of the stuff in love and the people and the dipshits in love, if there are such, who are not fulfilling you. You know what you got to get rid of? The Knight of Cups. You know, full of promises, full of whatever. No, again, no structure. We were just talking about Saturn and the need for structure. No structure, no nothing. For Cancer, I see, if you're single, I see you meeting one more person in the next 4 hours, 4 days, 4 weeks. Soon. You're meeting one more person and then you're rejecting them. You've got to use your discernment. Slow and steady wins the race. Later, around May, April time, I see the stable love you've been manifesting. And if you're with someone right now and you're happy, that's cool. Keep going. But just make sure that you don't take any ish. The Four of Cups. Get rid of poison, get rid of bad feeling, get rid of bitterness and bile as soon as it comes up, because otherwise it might become a problem. And some of you might be dealing with someone who has a substance abuse problem. Cancer, my baby. Or some kind of addictive behavior. Could be self-congratulation, undeserved. Yeah, but you're leaving that behind. See, there's fishies here on this night, the Knight of Cups. And, you know, Saturn just left Pisces. So Saturn, everybody's daddy, the big daddy, has left the building of illusions and come into the building of action and things actually happening. Boo-boo, by the way, any sign of gaslight? See, gaslights. That's what the tirade was just about for me. Any sign of gaslighting? No. Anybody who brings you more problems? No. Just cut it straight away. The person for you is the person who solves your problem, or who has the ability to solve your problem. Will they save you from a burning house? Will they? Or is it a coward and a douche flute? So let's see, what does this person look like? It's a past life connection, by the way, that's coming in for Cancer. This is your past life soulmate, high vibrational soulmate energy. Six of Swords. Somebody coming, this is somebody who's not from the location you're from. Six of Swords. So, the person that's meant for you is someone who's not originally from your location, and somebody who had to carry burdens early as a child. It's like first born energy and stuff like that, but not necessarily in a toxic way, just like in a kind of like, you know, firstborn, more responsibility. Could have been the kid of a single parent. Responsibilities, but this person doesn't shirk responsibilities. They're not from the same place. That's what I see. Let me see. That's enough. The star. You know, you're going to meet that person when you least expect. Well, it's always when you least expect it, but it's kind of like when you're relaxed, feeling scrumptious, my boo-boo. living your best life, they're going to see you first. This person's going to see you first. They could be a Taurus or an Aquarius. Also, Aquarius eclipse on the 17th might be a good time to manifest this love. All right, my papa. Joe. What do you mean, let's stop talking about him because we don't want reports? I'll report him. I have other stalkers who try to report my channel and do crazy stuff to me. You think this is my first rodeo? Let's report it. I wasn't going to say anything. It's been weeks since this man, he was here like in January. That's how my year started, by the way. Now we're going to talk about it. And by the way, Biz, when I'm talking about this one man and this cow, I'm talking about all the dip flips. Just so they know. He had the audacity to do that, stay here for 2 weeks, and then still come in the live and make comments about feeling sorry for himself. What, you want a freaking bronze medal? Dip flip? I don't know his real name, so who knows? Cowman. He honestly thought, and then he took out his cow. It was so traumatizing. He took out his stuffed cow, and he was he thought that I was so dumb and had 2 brain cells that I'd be like, oh, you have a stuffed cow, that's so cute, oh, come in. Come inside, strange man. Who found my address? All right, anyway. And then he tried to gaslight me about it. Yeah, exactly, Joe. He busted out his cow. Sorry, one man and his cow. I wasn't going to mention you. I was just going to let it go. But just like that medalist, the bronze medalist, you came in my life and you started talking about your own self and made it about you. I'm not here to shame and blame. But there's just some stuff you gotta shame people for. And I'm not shaming him. I'm literally just telling you what happened and the consequences of it for me. You know what it gave me? I was scared to leave my house. I still barely leave my house because I know there's going to be some other dipshit or some other douche flute. I don't know who's knocking on my door. This is a strange man. He could have been trying to rob me. There's no security here. Couldn't leave the house. The man's downstairs. What if he comes inside my apartment and pilfers through my shit while I'm not there? Because it's happened before, by the way. Not with this one, but with dip flips in general. Oh, look, stupid woman. I have a stuffed cow. Let me in. What is this? What's that story about, this little boy on the beanstalk? And he, trades, his cow for a bunch of beans? Magic beans? Dip flip. Jack and the Beanstalk. How's the story? Don't try me. You think I have something to lose? You know, people like that. Yeah, I'm more vulnerable because I'm alone and I have health problems. I have to take care of myself. But I'm a free agent. I don't have kids. I don't have a family you can leverage against me. I don't have secrets. Let's go. Let's dance. The tank. All right. Men, do better. Get better. Do better. This is unacceptable. It's not just creepy and inappropriate. This is harassment. This is literally trying to incite. He tried to enter my apartment under false pretenses, lying, and then asked me if he can commit breaking and entering with me as an accessory. Second time I met him. Second time he knocked on my door. Or third or whatever, because he kept knocking. Because he kept thinking that I would feel guilty or be like, oh, well, then let's hang out. We'll come wait in my apartment while you wait for your key. Yeah, because you got robbed. Poor Pippo. By the way, the police in Cyprus, they can be on and off. They're not dumb either. And yeah, I am on speed dial with them, and they take no trash when it comes like to stuff like that because it's European Union policy. I've been on the news about this already without even knowing about it. So they're extra careful with me when manning his cow. Don't be doing this shit to women. All right, so let's do Gemini. Babies, let's do Gemini. All right, okay. Let's do Gemini. So, what's everybody doing for Valentine's Day, my babies? What are we? Who are we exercising? See, like, I'd love to take my babies. I'd love to take you places like take you at like somewhere where we can have coffee or like have dinner together, like in a cute place. Oh, and yeah, by the way, I was watching a Miss Hawaii live today. Like shout, like bless her and shout out to her. She's a real one. And of course, always like when it comes to tarot readers, Angela Venus, she's my mommy, and Miss Hawaii is my mommy. They're like true blue, both of them. They're true blue Scorpios. But she does those funny lives where she like goes and does stuff. I wish I could do more of that actually. And we could, but I don't wanna. And guess why? Because of the dip flip, squiddly, squeaky, gluey men, because there's always going to be somebody. And like if we do a live, let's say we start the live at 12 noon PST, for me that's 10 p.m. Like it's the middle of the night. So I'm at, and I got my phone, I got my equipment. There's like a lot of funny, I mean, it ain't funny, haha, you know what I mean? So it's not, like, again, if I was a man, I'd have the privilege of being able to fuck around and find out. Like, I wouldn't have to worry about it. I just go and sit somewhere. And in most places, again, like in the UK, for example, it's not a problem like in a bigger city and stuff. I lived in Scotland for a year, and Scotland was super safe. I could do that there. But that's not the case here. So what a shame. I wish I could take you to dinner somewhere and just sit, like, sip cocktails, or eat ice cream and reminisce about our past lives, past lovers. All right, Gemini. Let me do the Gemini. So yeah, what's everybody doing for Valentine's Day? Let your friends help you. So networking's bringing you love this Valentine's season in the Saturn transition. Your friends, baby. You're surrounded by friends. Also, your guides are very strong. Your spirit guides, your angels, they're very strong around you. Very strong around you. Okay, you're coming into your own. Okay, let me see what we got. Some jumpers. Yay. Angel Venus. Yes. Uh Angela Venus, Miss Hawaii. Um there's a girl called Brittany's, I think that's like the name of the channel, Brittany's Psychic Tarot. She's a Scorpio. She's from Australia, I think. I think. Also, like, verified. Like, see, these are people I would like. These are people I trust with my readings. But seriously. But yeah, I wish I could do more like Miss Hawaii style fun, like activities with my babies. But because of the time difference, it's kind of like, well, where am I supposed to take you? And it's gonna be dark, and like the perps will be out. But maybe we should do that. Maybe I'll scare them. Maybe maybe it's gonna be like a territorial. Mark my territory. All right, Bill. I lost my voice from the outrage. Oh, Gemini, why is this jumping? Something's jumping. Something's trying to jump out. You knew it wasn't right. Strength. Oh, yeah. Gemini, it's time to, it's time to cut it. It's time to get rid of it. Or at least, okay, so first of all, networking. You have a lot of protection. If you're single, meeting new people through networking. Your intuition as well. Follow your intuition. If one day you feel this like overwhelming urge to, if you feel this overwhelming urge to like go to a specific place, oh, I gotta go see that museum exhibit, or I gotta go do this or that, do it. Two of Pentacles in the past, yeah, it was like a fine balance. Gemini energy. Hi, Brazil. I love my Brazil bibos. How's Brazil right? Where are you in Brazil, Bibba? Um, America's sewer all the way. So the Two of Pentacles. Something was keeping you off balance. You could still be in that relationship with the person. It could even be another Gemini, but someone who feels like unbalanced, or someone who didn't give you support, someone who made you feel left behind. They didn't appreciate how brilliant you are, Boo. If you're still with them, cut it. Look, the Knight of Swords. Just put the sword in it. End it. Last dance. If that person is making you feel like that, if they're making you feel good, wonderful. That means you've already met your high vibrational soulmate, because you got the Emperor here. Empress, anyone in between. So that's the energy you're meant to be with. This is the energy of stability, respect, scrumptiousness. Could be someone slightly older than you, or at least like mature. Could be a Capricorn, doesn't have to be. I don't, even though like it could be Aries, I don't think it's an Aries. I think it's like Capricorn energy, Aquarian energy. The King of Swords here as well. That's what you're manifesting next to the Queen of Pentacles. So a lot of like Capricorn, Aquarian energy. This is what I'm saying. Is somebody strong for you? Look at these people in this card. This is a different version of the Rider-Waite. So you got these people here. There's like a whole ass family, other people. There's you by yourself doing the work for two people. Your person is here. They were out with their friends, their family of origin, their other family. What the heck was going on? If that's your story, that's not acceptable. Cut it. And that's you, Gemini. The Knight of Swords is Gemini. You know how to cut it. But like I say, it's a collective reading. I'm just a random woman on the internet raging about New Age ideology and dip flips, dip flips today. We're freestyling it. If you have a good person in your life that you like and that's giving you stability, that's the one for you. Cut everything else out. Give me 1 second because my battery, Gemini, typical Gemini stuff. Just 1 second with the oh with the okay, my phone tried to discharge itself. All right, so yeah, the Emperor. If the person you're with is giving you stability and strength, then you got strength. That's what you deserve. Someone who makes you the king, queen, anyone in between, Leo energy, the winner, the one, the number one, numero uno. See? If the person you're with, if you're with someone now or you're dating them and they're not giving you that, the spirits are just saying it has to be a clean cut because something better is coming that's not meant for you. The stability is meant for you. Capricornian energy, someone who's mature or established and very smart or serious in some kind of a way. So again, we're coming into Saturn energy. Saturn energy resides in these cards and in the King of Swords and the Emperor. So like, you know, fatherly, pater familias, like father of the house kind of thing. Like, doesn't have to be traditional necessarily, but just someone who's very serious, takes their duties seriously. That's why I like the King of Swords. A lot of people don't like the King of Swords, but I love the King of Swords because the King of Swords is a bibba who is smart and takes their duties very seriously. It's actually very Saturnian energy. And even though I'm, as you can see, like, I'm fun and whatever, uh, when it comes to like, discipline and things that have to be done, I'm very Saturnian. Saturn, like crossing the T's, dotting the I's. And it's someone who might seem very serious and stern on the outside, but has a heart of gold. But Gemini, you don't need somebody who's entertaining because you're entertaining. So you know what I mean? Like two peas in a pod. It's all about balance. So that's what I'm seeing for Gemini, and it's coming soon. I think by the end of Leo season, you'll have your Emperor, Empress, anyone in between, Saturn energy, your serious little baby. And yeah, do the networking if you're looking. If you're looking, do the networking. Network, friends of friends. Let me see what else was there. Tell the angels, and don't forget to tell the angels. 17 February, eclipse in Aquarius. Tell the angels on the eclipse energy because the King of Swords is very Aquarian, very Saturnian energy. Oh, Michelle, thank you, baby. Babies, thank you all for listening to me and humoring me today. Because I know you didn't come here for that. You just came here for some entertainment and a few cards. But, this is real life. this is, this is my boo-boos. This is my life. This house, this alien, inflatable alien, these cards, this table, this tiny little apartment. This is it. Like, I have nothing else. Like, that's it. And me and my magic. That's all I have. Which is like, well, I have my, freedom and imagination and dreams and everything. But you know what I mean? Like, this channel is real. Like, I'm not, it's not like I live my life and then I sit down and do a tarot video. Like, the magic is everywhere. Oh, Michelle, it's the truth. Oh, okay, good, good. But just know that, better is coming. Who wants to be next? All right, which sign are we doing now? See what time it is. 1:21 a.m. Your mommy's insane. Oh. By the way, boo-boos, remember, I know we're all in a hurry, right? And everybody has a different story, but don't compromise on basic things because you're just letting dirt in. You know what I mean? Like, not to be mean, but yes. Things like, this is unfortunate, but it's true energetically. And I try to do it different ways in my life too, because I try to be nice and understanding and, all that stuff. Look where it got me. Somebody who can cheat and lie, deceive, see you as less than a person. Because somebody who cheats and lies sees you as less than a person and doesn't see themselves as a spiritual being. They see themselves as an animal. That's a lower vibrational entity, or somebody who's surrounded by low vibrational entities. Don't bring that into your life. And I it's so hard, and people make mistakes, but I would say 9 times out of 10, 9.99999 times out of 10, somebody's lying and cheating, they're gonna do it again. And even if they don't, they already let the bad one in. That's, it's literally what people call Satan's works. I'm speaking metaphorically, obviously, because I don't, I don't work with this man Satan, but you know what I mean. Like, that's letting Satan in. It's satanic. Lies are satanic in the sense of like, and I don't even, again, and no judgment on the Satanists if you're watching, my Satan worshippers, if you're watching, no judgment, do your thing. Um, but when I say something satanic, what I mean is, because I'm not coming from a Christian perspective per se. What I mean is something is upside down, just like that 20th century Church of Satan guy, LeVay, that guy who wrote like the Bible of Satan. That's the whole point. It's like the inverted cross. Things are upside down. It's like the inversion of things. So what does that mean? So for me, and again, everybody has their own interpretation of spirituality. So for a different person, that could mean, okay, if the world is bad, then inverting it is a good thing. But for me, like, that's my shorthand. When I say something's satanic, I mean something's inverted. Like, for example, it's the same energy as the energy of abuse, gaslighting, the guy with the bronze medal, that's satanic. That's somebody presenting something as something else. So it's an inversion. Um, so yeah, somebody can cheat and lie like that. Everything is contextual, right? If you have an argument with your boo, you're on a break, they go and like sleep with someone, that's different. To someone tell you know what I mean? Insidious, like her, like nasty behind your back stuff, selfishness, lack of empathy, satanic. That's satanic. In a bad, again, no judgment on Satanism. I know some great content creators who work with those energies and like they work with them in a different way. I'm just saying it because it's like, like people get it's like such a famous word. People understand what I mean when I say it. You know what I mean? Um, Satanic. P. Diddy, satanic. Epstein, satanic. In that way. You know what? Simple. Oh, hi, Cancer Rising. Sean, hi. Thank you for watching for 4 years. I really appreciate it. Your mommy had a major tirade today. And maybe, you know what, babies? Everybody evolves. Maybe we got to show more teeth on this channel, make it more interesting, make it more spicy. But you know what? Like, here's what's satanic. I'll tell you what's satanic about like how people perceive women. When I show my teeth, it doesn't. You'd think it would stop the harassment, the stalking, and the weirdos. It never does, because then, and I've heard that before, and it's like it just shows you can't win, and that's satanic too. You know what weirdos say then? They say, well, you seem like you can hold your own. You're such a strong, independent woman. You're so strong, so I didn't think it would bother you. And then if I fall into my natural energy, which is where I want to be most of the time, but I'm not allowed because I have to defend myself against a world of fuck fricks, flip fricks. We need to think of new invectives. Dip flips. But when I fall into my natural feminine energy, which is incredibly soft and, like playful, then they think I'm dumb. And then like then the excuse is like, well, I thought it would be okay. I thought you were dumb. So when I'm scary or like holding my own and fighting back, then it's like fair game. And when I'm soft, it's also fair game. So like European Union, you can't really defend yourself here in your own house, unfortunately. But then, that's the natural conclusion. If a woman is always prey or a feminine energy, because it's not, it's transgender people, in communities where there's high misogyny, gay men, gay women. I mean, if you're always prey, no matter what you do, or you're hysterical or whatever, you need to calm down if you respond to harassment. Because no man would stand for. Imagine if a man had to walk down the street every day and be approached by like a smelly, sweaty-handed, sweaty man. But they wouldn't stand for it. They just change the laws. They make it illegal. Sorry, my stutter is back now. It's kind of funny when I relax, my stutter comes back. Uh, oh, Shauna, yeah. Hi, Oregon. How's it in Oregon? What are spirits doing in Oregon? All right, babies. Do we want to do another sign, or are you scared? Are we scared? Should we just wrap it up? Do we have Scorpios in the house? I'll do one for Scorpio if you want. Yeah, exactly, Shauna. Exactly. Yeah, always remember that, babies. That's like a whole other tirade I gotta do. I'm trying to make more content about like new age beliefs and new age stuff, but then I get triggered and the videos are so long, the algorithm won't like them. But yeah, Sean is right. And like be careful with any kind of new age ideology that says like, oh, it's karmic, but it's like part of the journey and all this. No, love is not pain. Love is love. And love isn't tough. I don't care what anybody says. That's like a Republican fantasy of that's sadistic. Oh, you need some tough love. Just say what you want to do. Then just tell me you want to Just say you need to be punished. Just say that. Just tell the truth. Scorpio knows what people mean. Um, yeah, like love should never hurt like that. That's the point of. That's why it's called love and not hate. Sometimes. See, that's satanic. It's inverted. Sometimes hate masquerades as love, but it's not. I love you all. Oh, Shauna, I've been preaching trust a little too much. But it's true. And I know a lot of that's been my hobby horse for so long. And I know I keep talking about, well, I don't want to go back to it, but it's stuff like, whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, ask yourself, do you truly, as a spiritual person, whether you believe in Jesus, whatever, piece of string, the universe, the aliens, whatever, do you truly believe that this vast, incredible, amazing universe would have sent you somebody into your life, or more than one person, at any one time, to cause you pain? That this is part of the lesson? Do you think that's what you think this is like the point? So that we can hurt each other? Like, oh, I needed to let that was the karma between us. I needed, no, you didn't. That's an abuser and a dip flip. I will unalive myself on this hill. It's such new age dribble. And I grew up around people like that. It's the worst kind of gutter freaking BS, two brain cells, not even. Careful who you listen to. Would the creator make love pain? Who, and ask yourself this question too, if we're talking about like, Christian or Abrahamic imagery. Again, disclaimer, I'm not a Christian. I'm not trying to appropriate that culture, but we all know it because like it's so ingrained in who we are, whether we practice or not, right? Ask yourself, is it the creator giving you pain through love, through people? And does the creator make you, like, does the creator want you to think love is pain? Or is there somebody else in that book who might think that, who might want to persuade you that up is down and down is up? Satanic. And I'm not even Christian, but I understand how that works. All right. Shauna, I'm still in Cyprus, but in space. All right, let me just pull a card for boo-boos. Let me know in the comments who, like, which sign. We're gonna do one more sign, and then I think I'm gonna wrap up because I'm gonna get like noise complaints and stuff if I don't. But whatever, I'm gonna get them anyway because I got not true, but I got activated. System got activated, baby. Mm, 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 mm. Boo-boo, you just like you can't make the magic up, right? Ah, Maleficent, 666, Aquarius. All right, I'll do Aquarius. Shauna, yeah, we just did Cancer. But it's a long, but Bill, it's a long live, and trigger warning. I got activated. It's just me waffling on. Cancer is probably like about 20 minutes ago, half an hour, maybe. Yeah, Aquarius season. But Bill, Aquarius says, honestly though, babe, Aquarius says, listen, your mommy, like, I'm resistant to, like, the Charmusho and the BS, but, like, Aquarian boys. And we're so wrong for each other because I'm a Scorpio and I need that, like, I need a Taurus, basically. I need someone committed. But it's just something to me about me and Aquarian boys, like, my kryptonite. All right, so let's do Aquarius. Ooh, stuff is jumping. All right. System activated. Yeah, fixed air. Smart clear. Oh, but though. Uh, so for Aquarius boo what I see is I see a breakup and a really bad breakup, or actually like somebody got betrayed. The Tower, Scorpionic. This is in the past. King of Cups. The person who betrayed you, whoever they were, somebody who betrayed the Aquarius. It could be a Scorpio, by the way, or a Cancer, or a Pisces. Uh, the dip flip is sitting with regrets right now as we speak on Valentine's Day. That person's sitting alone and regretting it. Good. But it was like super unexpected. Something came to light. Who is this person, Aquarius? They're kind of a little bit stark raving mad as well. I don't like this. They're kind of unstable. They're gonna try and come back, and they're not like the sorry is one thing, right? But they're gonna try and say the way they betrayed you was destabilizing to your life, to your well-being, to your mental health, everything. And that person's gonna try and come back and say, "Let's start again." They might even say, "You know what? Let's start again. Let's just, if it was like a stable relationship, like a long-term relationship, they might say, let's just forget about it. Let's sell the house. Let's go to a new location together and do it again." They can't get over it. They're actually plagued by guilt. Plagued. Well, they did play themselves, right? So they've been plagued by guilt. Look, they're lying on their back, the Ten of Swords. No, but again, it's kind of like narcissist energy. It's like, oh, poor, I made such a terrible mistake. I got my bronze medal at the Olympics, and I just I made a terrible mistake, and now look at poor me because I cheated on my girlfriend. It's up to you, Aquarius. Maleficent 666. Really? What do you want to do about it? I- Also, a little bit. Listen, every Scorpio is a little crazy, but this isn't good. You know what I mean? It's kind of like spilled milk. Look at that. I spilled my own wine. I spilled my own life-giving energy of my Aquarius baby. And then what? They're gonna try again. The Hanged Man. There's somebody out there who is more deserving of my Aquarius. Somebody who's truly deserving, not playing the victim, but who's truly somebody who, you know what, could be another Aquarius, could be a Pisces, just someone like in the energy of enlightenment. Um, Also like numerology, the number nine. So, if you're into numerology, my Aquarius says the number nine, a person with a life path of number nine is coming through. Somebody who works for charities, serves the community, does a lot of stuff, but they're also psychically, spiritually exhausted and personally. So they require assistance as well. But they deserve it. You know what I mean? So we were talking about honor before, uh, before I chased away uh, inappropriate men on this channel. Um, the hanged, the hanged man. This is an appropriate man. If it's a man, woman, anyone in between doesn't matter. Who deserves the care and support of a loving boo because they actually serve the community in some way through their intellect, through their service. Do it, could be a first responder, could be somebody like that, but it's someone who's been single for a long time and they, like would really appreciate the love, but they keep to themselves because again, just like us, just like, you know, all people of light and star seeds, it's not that easy to meet someone at your own level. And this person has been single for a long time. They're waiting for someone. They're waiting to meet someone. What I see in the cards is if you forgive the person from the past who's going to try and reconcile, it's kind of like, are you taking the life giving water away from this deserving person and giving it to the douche flute who just poured it out? See, like I love the tarot. This person just poured it all out and is crying about the fact that they wasted the beautiful love potion that was your love. And there's a person out there who's worthy and who deserves it. Look, your life giving force of love. Don't delay it. Pisces season, the Hanged Man. So, Pisces season coming up. Could be a while, could be until later in the year. But I do see that person, and it's a worthy person. Maleficent, 666. 666. Um, you don't have to be strong. Just don't engage. You don't have to think about it with them. Always think about it this way, babies. When you listen, it depends on how much that person hurt you. These are just collective reads anyway. You know what I mean? The more energy you're given to the person who hurt you, the more energy you're taking away from the person who's worthy. You know what I mean? Because my high vibrational soulmate He's a naughty boy because I've been very secure in myself for many years, knowing what kind of love I want and what kind of person I want. And he's a naughty boy. He's been out there probably given, there's been delays. It's taking a long time. It's Saturnian. Mm, because I've given people chances. He's given people chances that we didn't need to even engage in with. You know what I mean? Think of it like that. There's an idiot somewhere out there in the world who doesn't know what he's missing because he's missing me. Because he hasn't met me because he doesn't understand it yet. Oh my gosh. Idiot. I already called him an idiot. I don't even know him. But you know what I mean. Don't deprive a worthy people of the love they deserve just because some dip flip feels guilty, and, sorry for themselves. Ah, well, if he's your kryptonite, then we don't touch that. We don't touch it. Toxic, no, 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 thank you. No, thank you. Boom. Oh, babies, just something to consider. Ah, Deals Diva, you missed me. I missed you too. But Biz, don't get scared rewatching the live because it's a different kind of entertainment on Valentine's. It's funny that like all this like structure came out of me. Saturn came out of Scorpio came out. Joe Pesci came out, and it was supposed to be such a nice Valentine's Day thing. I guess it still is because you're my Valentine. But yeah, Biz, there is no place. Let me make this very plain, and then we're gonna wrap up because I'm just torturing. I'm torturing you guys now. Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. Well, it was a wild ride. Oh, by the way, this is what happens with people like me. I ignore, I take it, and I take it, and I take it, and I take it. I don't acknowledge until one day the Scorpio wakes up. And that's the thing. Don't make that mistake with the Scorpio. Don't think that, oh, because like I don't respond to ankle biting, by the way. It's beneath me. But you keep doing it. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. As toxic as my upbringing was, both of my parents are Leos. I got no Leo in my chart. So that was interesting as well. But I was raised like a Leo as well, not just a Scorpio. You keep ankle biting me, I'm not going to respond to a chihuahua. But when I do, I just swallow it whole. Like it's not a debate. This is not a fight. That's it. You're done. That's just in general. Oh, Maleficent 666. Be careful with that stuff. Yeah. My one, who knows what the diagnosis is, but it's definitely, minimum malignant narcissism or more. And like really like proactively malignant. We're very vulnerable to the douche flute. You know what I mean. We're just vulnerable to people. We don't want to leave people behind. We feel sorry for people. We're just vulnerable because of that experience. So you got to be extra taking care of yourself and also consider that. And that's what how we started the tarot reads today in the energy of Saturn. Saturn is structure. Saturn is backing. Who's got your back? If some, especially with that kind of history, Maleficent 666, I think I'm saying your handle correctly. Sorry, I don't know, but we're so vulnerable to just giving chances to rats because we were born into the toxic mold. Like we grew up with toxic mold everywhere, and it's normalized. There are cockroaches everywhere. Symbolically speaking. But that's not normal, and you got to be extra careful what kind of partner you choose, and make sure that person is reliable and stable. Because you don't deserve to be betrayed. Yeah, Maleficent 666. Who knows why we're born into these families? Sometimes actually did a vid. I did actually do another before I did the live. I was already activated because I did a video on this because I've been thinking about it and watching like new agey content. Sometimes there's no reason. Sometimes it's just the people were shitty, and there's no lesson to it. You know what I mean, my babies? Like did you again? Did we really think that a creative force in the universe wanted to for us to learn discernment through these types of experiences? Are we that dumb? We couldn't learn it from a book. Just saying. Um, so always give yourself a break and remember, be very discerning in your in your choice of partners. And people will try and gaslight you. I see it all the time with, especially with the girlies. It happens to me all the time. We're like, well, just give him a chance, give this person a chance. Right? No, because I already see that this is not for me. It's gonna be toxic. This is toxic to me. This person might work for somebody else, but it's not gonna work for me. So why would I do that to myself? At 7418. Yeah. Yeah. Classic narcissistic parent. They smell it. They can smell it on us later on. They can smell it. But it's okay. And it doesn't, by the way, boo-boos, never pressure yourself to be like perfectly healed or anything. There's no such thing. Nobody's perfectly healed. No one. The way to heal each other, the way to heal yourself is actually through community, through resonance, through raising the vibration. It's not through like, working on yourself by yourself or like letting people in who are no good for you. It's through finding the right people, finding the your crew. Just like I did with you, boo. I honestly, babies, I thought nobody would show up today because I didn't even advertise it. And I've been like on such a hiatus, and you're always there for me, babies. I appreciate that. Even though I got activated, but remember, I'm not mad at you, boo. I'm just mad at one man and his cow. I'm not even mad at him. See, narcissism. But I'm still like, see, Girl. Yeah, listen, Maleficent 666. Just be careful who you let in. People smell it on you. Oh, Michelle, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, my baby's paying your mother money. Mother. But like all kinds of things can be healing. That's kind of like the joke, isn't it? Like that's why I say listen to your mommy on my channel. That's like the whole freaking joke. Because I'm not a mother. I'm child free by choice because my mother was so horrible. It terrified me. They scared like my family scared the ish out of me. And I've just been super aware. Not even like selective or picky. I've just been very aware that I can't just like find, because some people just want kids and, they're okay if they have a partnership and then it ends and like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's totally fine and valid. I can't have that. I'm by myself in the world. I had extreme and deep trauma. They scared the daylights out of me as a kid, as a minor as well. Still gaslighting me about it. Still trying to do it. I know that I need a very specific kind of relationship. It's just about, knowing what you need, what you want, babe, and protecting yourself. Because, yeah, we're like, it's not even just about people pleasing. We're just like, our threshold for crazy behavior is below hell. This one guy tried to intimidate me one time and like he became abusive. He did like a flip of the switch and like became abusive and threatening. And I just looked at him and was like, and he was kind of surprised. He was like, "Aren't you scared?" And I was like, "Have you seen my childhood?" Unfazed, but that's not good because like that also means that my nervous system is regulated to accept insane people. So but every day is a part of the work. But healthy, good people heal each other. And everybody's a wounded warrior on some level. We're all fallen angels, one way or another. And we're here for each other. That's why we're here on this earth. That's what I believe. I don't think we're here to cause each other pain. I think people make that choice. And I hear so many dumbass theories in the New Age community about like, oh, like you were born into these parents because that's your karma. You need to live. No, I was born to parents who had potential, just like I have potential. I mean, look at me. You acted like we can all do bad things in life. It's a choice. It's not like they blindly, like your mother blindly just like walked into accidentally, we know. If you've dealt with a narcissistic parent, you know. Oh, thank you, Maleficent. 666. All right, babies. All right. So that was a crazy live. I think the angles are off a little bit as well. I'm sorry, but it's just like nothing was working. I knew something was going to go down because, like, see, I legit tried to do this live like 4 times. It just wasn't working for no reason at all. All right, whatever. But I think the spirits were like, it's time. All right, my babies, my bubbas, love you. Thank you for the super chats. I really appreciate them. And listen, take care of yourselves. And yeah, we don't always have to be the bigger person. Sometimes you gotta stand your ground because if you don't, people will try you, and they shouldn't. Anyway, and if you're gonna pick on somebody, by the way, choose somebody your own size, baby. All right, my blah, my blah, blah. I love you. May the angels protect you. Enjoy Valentine's Day. If you got a douche flute in your life, don't talk to them. Keep deleting from. Don't get tempted because you know it's like narcissistic paradise tonight. You know what I mean. I miss you and all that. We're not doing that, baby. Unless you wanna. I love you, my baby, my blah blah. Stay sparkly and gorgeous and moisturized.